I'd appreciate also if you guys could like tweet out again saying, "Hey, we're back."
Oh yeah, of course.
We're back. We're live.
We'll be back.
We're back. And I was just about to make a stealth roll when I crashed Divott in.
You did indeed. I'm also seeing.
Yeah, I was. The most ironic thing was I was waiting for the difficulty. I was waiting for the difficulty modifiers, and then it killed you.
Yes, it did. Terribly sorry about that, everyone. My internet literally just died for that duration, and I can only profusely apologize. It's very rare that happens, actually. Cool. Well, we're back at it at the very least. So, where were you? You were about to make a stealth roll, weren't you?
Yes.
So
and just realizing I don't have the talent that I wanted for this, but okay, I'm going to commit. I'm going to commit to my stupid.
That's fine. So what I'm going to need from you, my dear, is given by the time of day, it's going to be average difficulty because it's the average difficulty is the baseline kind of difficulty. I think I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to set it back in there because I'm gonna set it back because you're trying to go through the middle of the day. It's more people around, more likely. And because of the situation, I'm gonna do that.
Upgrade my thing.
Upgrade your difficulty.
Okay. I'm gonna commit to the bit. Let's go with this. I've made a mistake. I know in my heart I've made a mistake, but let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Let's fail! Yay!
Did you actually fail?
Yeah, I did fail, but I didn't roll despair, so that's fine.
You didn't roll despair, so unfortunately, what that basically means is that on the way, you're trying to just avoid attention, but people kind of do notice you going by. Not any kind of like empire, thankfully, but you are noticed, and people would be able to track your route effectively. If that was
Can I spend those advantages so that people don't think anything's sus? They see me, but they don't think anything's sus.
Yeah,
they will remember me.
They're not going to report that they saw,
They're like, ooh, that bird lady is so athletic, wow.
They're like, oh yeah, there's a Safari passing by, but don't think anything of it.
Yeah, sure. I will accept that. So you spend the 2 advantages. Mechanically, what that means is that no one is actually going to actively go and see and say, hey, some person looked a bit shifty around here. They're just gonna be like, oh, this, mind their own business. And but if they're asked, they might then say, oh, well, someone was being a bit weird earlier. So that's how that's going to work. As you kind of make your way through the streets towards the apartment and your ship by extension. Meanwhile, back at the party.
Back where the interesting stuff is happening.
So I'm gonna remove Sky from the board, effectively moving there.
Whee! Goodbye. Now I get to watch.
I'm flying.
Go down. This is great.
Now, where do we go from here then? Helene, you've just thrown off the party. No one seems to have noticed this, thankfully, as everyone's too busy enjoying themselves inside. As Trix says, as Trixer looks at you and she says, well, that at least delays the problem.
Well, the problem is at least no longer in this building. Well, should we reconvene? I think we probably shouldn't be out here for too long.
She inclines her head and makes her way back inside. I'm going to switch over to Roslos. Roslos, what are you currently doing?
So Roslos was is a bit concerned because he's just seen Helene step out in a very worried walk, and he's not sure if he can engage socially those people. He's never had a lot of social experience with people. He's just been guarding in all of those parties that he was on. He was just serving. So Roslos instead decides he checks if his like former bodyguard senses are not tingling by when he looks upon all those people and stormtroopers that are in the room where he is, and then he's going to search for Helene to ask what's up.
So no one seems to be alert or at attention. Give me a perception check as you enter the forum room here.
Alrighty. Perception. Standard perception check, I assume.
Yes, it's going to be 2 purple dice. I'm going to give you a boost dice as well because you're aware of who to kind of pay attention to.
All right.
Nope, completely oblivious.
No.
So you're not going to notice anything about what I was about to advise. So, but you do see Helene and Trix as they step out from the balcony, just beyond the railing over here. And what do you want to do with your 2 advantages? Since you rolled 2 advantages.
Yeah, for the 2 advantages, I try to set my walk in such a way that I don't look worried, that people don't pay attention to. Suddenly, there's this tall Gungan entering the room. It's just for them, like, yeah, it's just another guest. It's just natural.
Okay, that will be a cool check, but I'll allow you to add a boost dice to that cool check because of the 2 advantages. Is that fair?
All right, let's try that. And a boost die. And
Oh!
oh no.
So you failed.
But this with advantages and a triumph.
It's still intact.
Okay.
Yeah. So you failed. So you still are drawing attention as you walk in, but you roll 3 advantages and a triumph. So clearly people are, the officers kind of look at you as you hurriedly step into the room here and like looking around. What do you want to do for the 3 advantages and that triumph?
I want to use. I wonder. I assume you're gonna make me roll again, but I want to use the triumph to notice, because other than the Imperial officers who have to, whoever is also paying attention is like someone who's also like nervous enough to like try to pay attention to everything that's happening. Oh, someone's entering. Oh no, what does it mean for me? So it's not often that people would be this jumpy to like react to the people entering. So I want to perceive. I want to use the triumph to try to figure out who paid especially attention to my entry.
I will allow that. You don't need to do a roll for that. A triumph is quite a big thing. So yes, the admiral paid attention, the Comnor agent. But bizarrely, the Baroness did as well as her group.
Oh.
The Baroness did, like the Comnor agent and the Admiral were very much like they weren't even trying to hide that they were paying attention. However, the Baroness is in a situation where she noticed you and was as she enters, but then tried to basically look away as if like, oh, I just have to notice that. No, I'm not bothered at all. But yeah, so it makes you the Baroness is looking around and is alert and astute to the situation. Very much opposite to what you expected of her, given how she's just there apparently enjoying herself.
Yeah, so Rosus approaches Helene, and he slowly walk that way. He's like, ask, hey, what up? You sounded very nervous.
Okay, yeah. Everything's fine. There was a problem that our dear Dr. Dyer had to leave due to work commitments. I kind of just give her the expression of, you understand that something has come up.
Gungans don't really blink as a signal, but I sort of hide my stalk a bit. I stalk a bit and back out into my head like, "Okie day, Misa, get it."
Okay.
Okay, good.
Also, Yusa, want to know the Baron lady? She's a party, very shifty. She's very nervous.
What also,
wonder why.
Roslos, you've also got the 3 advantages to spend as well.
Yeah, true. I do want to. I do still have one, but I will wait with healing in this train. I'm just wondering what I can use the advantage to in this social interaction.
You could give a couple of boost dice to Helene when talking to the Baroness.
Yeah, that's what I do. I want to spend my advantage points to boost to boost up healing.
Okay, so Helene, if you interact with the Baroness, you'll get a boost dice upon your next check. It can be deception, charm, whatever, any social check.
Great. What do you think is up with the Baroness then? She's acting so shifty.
Oh, I don't know, but she's a suspicious character.
I mean,
she's been as hard to get in the place as we have been. So
Yeah.
she might not want to have permission to be here, just like we saw.
Yeah. Why does she want to be here? That's the question.
Yeah, just shrug.
I mean, we can't just ask, but there must be some way to find out.
At this point, your kind of your droid comes over. Your droid companion comes over over to yourself, noticing this group getting this meeting, and he speaks up and says,
"This doesn't look exactly subtle. You three meeting up over here like this. What is going on?"
I was simply mingling. There was an issue, but we dealt with it.
Have you identified the party in question that I discussed with you, Helene?
I haven't done so just yet. I was dealing with a prior issue.
We have possible suspicions, though. Is the Baroness ring any use on Bell?
So 888 turns his head in the direction of Rosalos, which is very disconcerting to see these photoreceptors like glowing and bearing into you before he turns his head over in the direction of the Baroness. And give me a charm check, please, Rosalos.
Oh no.
I will assist with that. So you can add 2 boost dice because of my pack instincts.
Hey!
Oh, nice. Lovely. I just need to check whether my Kaitanama reduces that, or does it not work on robots?
No, it would. It'd probably work even harder on. In fact, so you've got the setback from. Is it give setback for the Kaitanama, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So 880 also has an ability, which I need to do, which is called Breathing. How disgusting! Any organic character performing a deception, charm, or negotiation check against 888 upgrades their check once. So you turn. I'm gonna say you turn the easy 1 purple dice into a red purple dice.
Oh, so it's just one red.
Yes,
Is it
1 red.
Okay?
But you gain the 2. You get
Two boost.
you get the 2 boost dice from Helene's Pack Instincts ability.
Yeah. Yes. So let's see how 2 boost, 1 setback, 1 red, and my skill. Let's see how it works on
See how this.
a robot.
Oh,
Yeah, charm robot.
you did it! You did it!
Wow.
Yeah.
So he then looks at the Baroness and looks back at you and says,
Indicator reports didn't indicate the Baroness would even be in this near vicinity, this close. This is unknown why the Baroness would attend such an event such as this, while a socialite would want to be involved in this. An academic party doesn't seem the most fitting location for her, especially when you consider who she's with.
Who is she with?
Those 2 hired heavies up there. Do you think a Baroness would hire 2 mercenary types?
That's fair. Why would she need them? Unless either she thought she was going to be in danger or she wanted to be danger.
Unknown. More information is required.
I think so.
But still, this is
You might have
ancillary
to-
to our primary objective.
Yeah. Yes. Just was I actually given the name for the specific target?
I
You
don't think we've been given
so
a
you
name.
weren't. So just to clarify, I misspoke earlier. You weren't given a name. He said that he would recognize the name, and that's why you were getting names of people
Okay.
to report
Right,
to
I
him.
see.
So
It's because I hadn't written down a name. And I was thinking, did I miss
Hmm.
something? No. Okay, I understand.
okay.
Yeah, so we know that the Baroness is either is called or introduces herself as Camilla Darcy.
Mm.
Okay.
The droid kind of shakes his head.
That name is not associated with my memory banks. It's not what I'm here for.
Okay.
All right. So, what are you guys going to do now? First of all, Trix does mention. Trix says, "I'm going to see if I can have a word with the Imperials and try and waylay them." At this point, Trix kind of leaves,
That might be a good idea.
makes her leave, and to go up and speak to the Commodore agent.
Okay. I think I'm going to see if I can get to know the Countess a little bit. I'm just
Okay.
curious why she's here. Maybe she'll be able to shed some light on some things herself.
Sure.
Let's get back to mingling.
All right. So, how do you approach the Countess?
I approach
So she sat there right on the end of the couch. She's kind of got one leg crossed over the other. She's got a very kind of big wine glass in her hand. She seems to be enjoying some Corellian brandy.
Oh,
Okay.
she's living the life. She's living the life.
I just kind of
Russell's places himself strategically so that he can approach both parties equally quickly.
I just go, well, here's a lady who clearly understands glamour, and I extend her hand out, and
At that point, the human with her just kind of like briskly kind of brisks up. At this point, the Countess kind of raises her hand. It's like, please, Jax, let's not get too aggressive with the other party members. We're here to have fun. Remember? As she introduces herself as Countess Camilla Darcy.
I am charmed to meet you. I'm Dr. Lorraine Led.
Dr. Led. And everyone's a doctor here.
Well, yes, it's a academic gathering. I don't suppose you have any academic background.
Well, no, but one always has to see opportunities, especially in academia.
There's always things to learn, isn't there?
And money to be made.
Of course. Is there a particular field you're interested in? I may be able to point you in the right direction.
Archaeology tends to be my area.
Oh, fascinating.
Give
That's
me
a little bit beyond. Sorry.
Give me a perception check, Helene. It's going to be one purple dice. It's going to be
one purple.
Yeah, just one purple. Actually, no, it's going to be opposed by the Countess as cool. So it's going to be 3 purple. My apologies for that.
3 purple. In that case, I'm going to flip a light and add a boost to it.
All right.
Not boost, sorry.
You upgrade the ability, so you turn a green to a yellow. But you do have the boost from Rosalos.
You also have a boost from me.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Given the numbers he spent, I'm going to give you 2 boost dice.
2 boost. Okay, that's a lot of dice. Let's go.
There we go.
Yeah,
That's
nice.
good. That's good.
Hey!
All right.
Very good. Very good. So, what happens here is you notice that when you asked that, she did hesitate slightly, but then she seemed to have that moment like where someone's like gets an idea, and that's when she mentioned archaeology. So whatever she's here for is related to it definitely involves archaeology, but whether that is the truth is another question.
Oh,
Archaeology.
that's like stealing artifacts is adjacent to archaeology.
Yeah. Nice.
Belongs in a museum.
You do get 2 advantages. Don't forget you've got them. How do you want to spend them?
Yeah. Except Dr. Jones was wrong. It belongs with the indigenous people who created it.
I don't know. What do you what would you suggest I do with this advantage? Because I'm not sure actually.
Well, you could gain like an inkling of like potentially why she's interested in archaeology.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, let's go with that.
Given how she's looking around, she seems to be looking. You get the idea that she's definitely interested in archaeology, but maybe she's interested in someone involved with archaeology more specifically.
Okay.
I wonder who that.
Hmm. So you're looking for somebody to introduce you to the field. It's a little bit beyond my expertise, but I'm sure there'll be someone around here who can help you.
Oh yeah, if you do, I'd love to meet them. I'd love to get my hands on them.
Your hands, wow. You are eager, aren't you?
Oh, we're very eager.
If you don't mind me asking, were you worried about this event? I noticed you have some armed guards.
Oh, well, one can never be too careful. I am Baroness, after all. I have to make sure I have protection.
Well, I suppose so, but we do have imperial officers around. They are adequate at keeping the peace. I'm just curious.
And unfortunately, you know, they're here for military use, and they're not, and police forces. You can't just hire these people for protection. You've got to. That's why Jack's here. He's one of my best men. An excellent shot as well. He's been in my employment for many years. Give me a discipline check, please, Helene.
Discipline. That's not something I'm good at.
Mm.
Difficulty?
It's opposed by her skill. Ooh. 2 reds and a purple.
Okay.
We are dancing with the devil right now.
I'm gonna use another light.
That's fine. We got plenty.
Yeah. I'm upgrading one of them to yellow just to give us a better chance. This is still really dangerous for me. Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Cool.
No.
You take what she says. You take what she says as face value. That she's being upfront with yourself. I will allow you for the 2 advantages to get the idea that you definitely get the feeling that there is something more, but what she said was honest in terms of she wants to find someone involved with archaeology, but there's something more to it than just what she said.
Right. Okay. Huh. What is it that interests you about archaeology? I always thought of it as a bit of a fuddy-duddy field for boring old men.
Ooh, nice. I like it. Give me a charm check, please, Helene. Your specialty.
Okay. Yes.
I just came back. That's a big old fail.
It was a very.
The dice can be mean.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna check something in my notes. Give me a second.
That's why upgrading your ability is always very useful because it gives you more symbols.
Yeah, and whenever Ebax says like, "I'm gonna use the dark side point to upgrade the difficulty," like, oh no.
I'm fairly certain I noted down because I've got smooth talker. And I don't remember where I wrote down which one I chose. Although I think it was deception, not charm.
Okay. I mean, we can very easily change that now. What I can do is I can edit this skill here. So are you? Let's make let's make that choice now. What are you choosing?
I think charm it probably makes a lot of sense for Helene anyway.
Okay. So from now on, I've now edited the talent for you specifically. So that means that it will now just say charm in there.
Okay.
So that basically is how I would do that. It's just the easiest way of doing it.
Great. Okay, I can spend triumphs to gain additional successes, and I can also suffer a number of strain to downgrade a difficulty of a charm check.
You can, yes.
So what is my what's the difficulty then of this one?
Difficulty is it's gonna be 3 purple dice.
3 purple, so I can downgrade that to 2 purple by suffering a strain.
Yes.
Okay, that seems good. I'm gonna go with that. Great.
Oh!
And there's the triumph.
Oh, you fail, but with
Yes.
triumph.
But I can convert a triumph to a success.
Can you?
Yes, that's what Smooth Talker does.
You can spend a triumph to get additional success equal to rank smooth talker, which yeah.
Nice, yeah.
There you go. So you spend that to make that
perfect.
which you got. Okay. So you've got
Actually,
one.
maybe I don't want to do that. I don't know. That's tricky.
I will say if you do that, you would still fail because you've got 1 rank in smooth talker, meaning you spend that triumph to convert it to an extra success, but you would still fail because there'd be no failure or success results left over.
Excuse me.
Bless you.
Oh yeah, of course, because the
okay.
triumph's been cancelled. The
It's
triumph's already been
difficult.
cancelled out.
It's difficult.
But you could use a triumph to gain some different angle on.
Yeah,
You know what?
I'd probably
I'm
say
gonna
fail.
I'll stick with that, and I'm gonna utilize the triumph to kind of maybe gain something else.
Yeah. Okay. So you fail. So you don't get much information out of that conversation with her. She doesn't take the bait, as it were. She says, "Oh, I just, it's an investment. That's all it is. That's all it is to someone like myself. A girl has to have some excitement. What do you want to spend the triumph and advantage on, though? Bear in mind, you can't spend it to succeed, but you can spend it to get information in other areas."
Okay. Can I see if anyone else in the room is looking in this direction? Even like passing glances.
Yes. You may certainly do that. So, just casting your eyes around, you see that the Imperials tend to kind of be like looking around at everyone, and just kind of keeping an eye on things. They also seem to be like a bit confused, like they're like, why someone's no longer there? No, everyone else seems to be too embroiled in their conversation to even kind of be paying much attention. There's one exception, and that's Afra.
Okay.
She occasionally, after taking a sip of a drink, would glance up in the direction of not the Baroness, but the hired heavies.
I see. Okay. I turn to the Baroness and go, well, it's been lovely meeting you. If I happen to find somebody who is a professor of archaeology or of some sort, or someone with that in that field of expertise, I will absolutely point them your way. I will continue mingling. Enjoy the rest of the party.
Thank you very much, my dear. You enjoy the party as yourself, Doctor.
And I turn to the 2 heavies and I hope you 2 enjoy it as well. It must be nice to get out.
Oh, I like it.
Ow.
Well, you've got an advantage in there. What would you like to do with that?
I want to fluster the guards a little bit. If possible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lives a little more difficult.
As Jax clearly bristles at that comment, like it's as in like, wait, you don't expect I don't belong in this world? What do you mean I don't belong here? You know?
Just put their backs up a little bit.
Yeah, which you've done, yes, clearly.
Throw them off the game a little bit.
Narratively, that means they'll get a setback down on their first thing they do if they were to do a check.
I did not write it down last time, but did Haleen talk to Dr. Afra last time?
Nobody did.
Oh, nobody did.
Nobody did. I was going to
She
go.
she was just pointed to us then. Ah, I see.
Yeah. I did not get a chance to talk to her before the fucking Compnor agents decided to get up in my business.
Fucking imps.
No, right?
Okay, then. And what are you going to do then, Helene?
I'm now heading in the direction of Dr. Afra.
Fantastic.
Right,
You find her with her feet up on the table, her very muddy, booted feet up on the table, on a very nice, elegant kind of mix of this kind of wood and ornate kind of this kind of ruby kind of glass in the table. Just this mud now starting to kind of cake on the
Yeah.
section where she's sitting.
Space mahogany.
I'll just approach and goes, now you seem an unusual sort.
She kind of, she was reading a data pad. She kind of like pulls it down by her side, and she says, "I'm an unusual kind of girl."
It seems so. What brings you to a place like this?
Well, I'm here to hopefully win the prize for the of course the most prestigious find. Of course, we are presenting things here. Chelly Afra, she says as she extends her hand.
Dr. Lorraine Led, as I shake her hand.
This is Dr. Lorraine Lefra?
Sorry?
What was your cover identity then, Helene?
Dr. Lorraine Led.
Dr. Led? Oh,
That's right.
She says, She says, I'm pretty sure we've met before.
Have we? I've met quite a few people.
She says, I'm quite certain I met you, where was it? Where was it? One of the core worlds. So months ago. You were giving some kind of medical. You were giving some kind of medical talk.
Yes, that's right.
Give me a deception check, Shalene, to maintain your cover. Meanwhile,
Okay,
give me it's gonna be 2 purple dice, and we're gonna let you roll, and then we're gonna deal with the results, and then we're gonna head over to Das.
Okay.
Oh,
Phew.
so you managed to
I had advantage.
sidestep that by basically given your like, oh, I meet so many people, and you know the other routine, and I think yes, of course, how can I forget, you know,
Like,
How
I
could I
give
forget?
so many lectures. I give so many lectures and seminars here today, gone tomorrow.
you get an advantage. What do you want with that advantage?
I'll give myself to a boost to whatever check I do next.
You can't give yourself a boost because it's only one advantage, but you can give the next person to act a boost.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that.
All
I'll
right,
do that.
cool. And with that, we're going to slide over to Das. What are you currently doing at the party? I mean, I imagine your suit feels a bit uncomfortable, given that you're not usually in something so dapper.
He's not just standing by the door waiting for whatever happens.
You do hear.
Noticing people running around a bit, and I'm just like, what's going on?
Yeah, you do. You did notice that Helene rushed through, plus Ruslos.
Yeah, you've seen Sky run first, then Aileen, then Rosloff.
No, Sky went in. Sky just went
Yeah,
into the room and has not come out again.
Yeah. Then
Yeah, but
you've
from where
seen
I am,
88
nobody's come out
go
yet.
there too.
At that point,
You've seen everyone just go to the room one after another.
At that point, Trix comes through the doorway over to you, Das, and says, "There's been a situation."
Yeah, what? What's going on?
As she kind of moves aside of you and nods towards the open doorway where you can see the Compnor agent, says, "They've made Sky."
Damn.
It's okay.
Is she okay?
That's fine. We got her away from here. We're using a improvised exit.
Let me guess. She jumped?
At that point, Trix just sighs and nods.
At least she's out of here. What do we do?
Well, they're going to keep looking for her. And that's where you come in, I think. I think we could use a diversion.
Got any ideas?
Well, there's a construction site a few blocks down. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to that construction site, causing an accident. Hope no one getting hurt, of course, but might draw attention.
Well, I'll see what I can do. Y'all hold things down here.
At that point, she nods and says, "Don't worry, I've got my eye on sick circumstance, silver tongue, and all that."
As ever.
You are, of course, without your gear, Daz, so you're gonna have to improvise this.
Yeah. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm gonna have to improvise. But I'm gonna head out of the party with my very uncomfortable tight-necked suit.
Do you like kind of like as soon as you're out, do you like unbutton it and as a
Yes.
hello, Daisy?
Well, there you go.
You're back a second.
Yes, like
You have
no matter
Doggo-
how many
Doggo-
buttons I have to sacrifice, I'm this open.
doggo intrusion.
Yes, like, ties off, top 2 buttons undone. Doggo!
Oh, yeah.
Doggo looking for snakes.
Food.
Yes.
She is always looking for food.
Yeah.
Bless her.
That looks amazing. Oh, the only thing we can see is just the tail wagging in the
Yeah,
corner.
I saw a little face and then it's just tail.
There she is.
Oh,
Daisy.
hello.
Daisy, come on. You look at the camera or not? You're not gonna.
She's like, no, there might be food here.
No, there's no food on the camera.
Off you go, Daisy. Come on.
Dogs, huh?
Doggo.
She found my leftovers from last night.
Fair.
It's fine. They were going to go to her anyway. So, anyway, I am now back. Sorry about that, everyone. A little intrusion happens every now and then with the dogs. Right. So, you've already been able to find your way, like as you go through the busy streets. That you do indeed see that there is a construction site, just basically a few blocks down. It's currently not no one there. And you can see that there is it's like a gated area, so you can't just go right in. They've erected a temporary fence around the location. So you're gonna have to find a way either in or just up and over potentially. Of course, that's a bit obvious. That's entirely up to you.
Yeah.
Good.
See, it's a temporary fence, so it's not completely solid.
Yeah, it could be knocked down.
Or I'll give the outer perimeter a glance and see if there are any places I could crawl under. I'll need to dispose of the jacket afterwards, but
Yeah, give me a perception check then, please. It's two purple dice. Are you hurrying or are you taking your time?
I'm not in any. They've got it upstairs. I'll take my time.
Okay.
2 purple, you said.
2 purple. Fantastic. You
Okay.
succeed. Yeah. So as you're kind of going around the perimeter, around one of the kind of side entrance areas, you kind of find that there's a little dip in the groundwork, which you're able to just about crawl under to get under the fence and access it. And there's several kind of crates and like different boxes of permacrete material basically sitting around where you can like scroll through. There's no one around, but the building it's almost like think of it like the framework, like the kind of framework of the building is up there, but not any of the floors. Very early days in its construction. So yeah, what do you do?
So it'd just be the rebar and stuff.
Yeah, it's the framework of a building to be.
There are some
you
there are some temporary temporary kind of shelter buildings stationed around, basically storage areas.
Storage areas, you see.
Yeah.
Check the storage areas. I want to see if there's anything that can make a big boom.
Cool.
Like,
you go up to one of them.
Fuel tanks and welding torches.
Of course. You go up to one of them,
More
and
things to be looted.
unfortunately, you find that it's locked. So what do you want to try and do? You can try and pick the lock. You can try and just force the door, but that will break the door effectively.
I mean, it's going to be blatantly obvious that somebody broke into.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't want to make it look like I was broken.
if it explodes, no one's gonna notice that it's been broken into before.
Basically, yeah. I only wanted to see what's in. I think it's a fully enclosed storage area, like a big box. There's
Yeah,
no way I can look inside.
Think of it like a mobile. So it's like it's got a roof on it, and it's like a temporary kind of thing on slats that basically is there. That's just for the purpose of housing materials until while the building is in its construction.
Well, there might, the things that go boom might not be in this one, so I don't want to force the lock because that might leave some sort of evidence. I don't have anything with which to pick the lock, but I'll give it a try, see what I can do.
Okay, if you want to pick the lock, it's a skullduggery check, and because you lack lockpicking tools, you'll be suffering 2 setback die as you lack the tools for the job.
Yay!
But
2 setback.
But it's only a 1 purple dice lock difficulty.
Oh, good. Nevertheless, this isn't boding well, everybody.
It's fine. Wait!
There you go.
It doesn't matter.
I think it goes like this, and then it worked.
Yeah, there you go. As you kind of like imagine you've got like a small like knife or something that you kind of like stick into like the it is a physical lock as you kind of like jimmy in, and as you hear click, and the door and suddenly the door just releases open and slides aside.
Hey, all those vid channels of the lock-picking diplomat came in handy.
I understand that reference.
I understand that reference.
Okay.
Look. Cool. Right. Look inside.
Yeah, so inside you find that this is indeed a actual storage location for tools, but there is a gated area which again has another lock on it, but this one is a more kind of like think of it like it's like an electronic padlock you put on it, but it's like it like slides in and like encases the door. It's a weird, it's like basically a sci-fi padlock effectively. It's got like a keypad on it, and it's like locking that area there. Again, you could try this time to pick this lock would be either a skullduggery check, or you can try and electronically force it with a computer's check if you wanted to, or again you could just break the lock. Behind it, you can clearly see crates marked "Ignore Besh Danger Explosives."
Is it like a wire mesh or is it a solid wall?
It's a mesh kind of wall.
Great, yeah. Look around for all the tools around me. Is there any tools that would cause welding rods, spark, something that would cause a spark? Looking around.
Give me a perception check. 2 purple dice.
I always forget where everything is.
1 threat.
Yay.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Okay.
Oh no, a threat.
You got a threat in there. So the threat is going to be that you hear a couple of voices, and you kind of like push yourself up against the wall as beside kind of like the transparent steel kind of it's kind of like it's diffused to allow light through, but you can't actually see through it. You just see like a couple of silhouettes walk past as you hear it's like saying, it's like, man, what a day, huh? Yes, I finally go to lock off. And as you just pass by. So again, a strain as you kind of get worried that you're going to be rumbled, but everything's all fine as they kind of walk by. The success is though that you are able to find by opening one of the other kind of supply crates an arc welder, which is basically a fusion torch, effectively. That you can.
Yes, that'll do. That'll do nicely. I'm just thinking to myself, well, thank goodness they did. Well, thank goodness these people are lax in their preparations, because any decent staff member or construction worker or whatever would have seen, that shed's unlocked, I'd best lock it, and I would have been stuck in here.
Yeah, these are unions in name only.
Yeah, okay, fine. So
also, I want to question I want to question the person who decided, yeah, let's store the explosives with the arc welders and blow torches. That sounds like a great, brilliant idea. It's convenient, sure, but that could
It
be
is very
disastrous.
convenient, but at the same time, you don't store the explosives bit with the actual thing you use it with.
Basically, this is going to be on a documentaries channel at some point.
They're being paid to build, not to think.
Thankfully, this is only a temporary storage thing. It'll only cause a boom. It won't cause a catastrophe. Just something noticeable as I spark off the start the welding torch and then just put it through the mesh and then shove it so that it goes as far close to the explosive bits as possible and then run.
Yeah. Cool.
I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Cool. And we're going to rewind time as we go back to events of the party. And so, returning to the party, we're going to this time check in with Roslos. Roslos, what are you doing, good sir?
Yeah, so Roslos is at the moment he's been observing Haleen talking to Baroness. Now Haleen's gone to that other party goer in the corner. Then Trick's been talking to the Imperials, but she's clearly been bored with them, and she left. So Roslos decides to maybe follow her because maybe she's got some information from the Imperials, and this is why she's gone. So Roslos is following Trix by the door. Once again, Imperial just looking at, big Gungan in, big Gungan out. Okay.
You do see that you're just there just to catch Dash leaving, going out the door, and clearly him and Trix just had a conversation. So
I'm catching only Das leaving. Like, hey, Trix, what up? Why Das leaving?
Das, I decided that that in order to make sure that we get this situation resolved, because they're going to be looking for Sky, and they seem to be very adamant about that someone they'll be looking for someone. So I decided a distraction would be in order. They can't look for someone and deal with little dispute. So Das is going to cause a little accident just down the road to keep the Imperials occupied in other areas.
Yeah, we said need another distraction. Mine not good at talking to diplomats, but mine know how to make things unpleasant.
If you leave as well, it'll look more too suspicious. And besides, we need you here in case things go wrong here.
Okay, day. You might be right. You should keep an eye on things. Misa gonna see whether Haleen has fun with those scientists. I say scientists with like David says, Mr. Prosecutor. Like this scientists.
All right. And Trick says, don't forget what we're here, Roslos. We're here to find names. 888 is not going to be pretty pleased if we don't accomplish our mission. Although why he needs this name of the individual, I don't know.
Yeah, but that more like user specialty. But Misa's specialty is to get out names in a way that don't fit the gala.
I'm trying. She says, put your best charm face on, Roslos. I'm trying to keep the Imperials busy for the time being.
I'm to mess up Tricks a bit. I'm trying to give the most horrible Gungan smile, like you might have seen on Jar Jar a couple of times.
Okay, don't smile. Don't smile. Don't smile. Don't smile. That's you and I are gonna have a talk later about smiling.
Okay, day. And I'm leaving to join Haleen then with Afra.
We flash,
to
as you join with Helene, yes. As Africa looks up at this rugged Gungan, it's like, you seem to spend time with interesting people, Doctor. You're muted.
Scuff.
I say, well, of course, you've got to keep yourself well travelled. This is Nick Zeman. Is that what I wrote down?
Yeah,
Yes, Nick Zimmerman.
Nick Zeman, associate of mine.
And
My here to make sure Doctor has a nice time. You should know.
My friend here is a very fun-loving individual. You can tell by his face.
Give me
This
this.
one, I don't try to smile. I just have my resting Gungan bitch face.
Give me a deception check.
Myself or yeah.
Helene.
Oh, Eileen.
2 purple dice.
Deception. 2 purple dice.
It was the happy face comment that
We're still good.
well, it's so good. You pulled it off. You pulled it off.
Yeah, good.
Your dry sense of humor just causes her to laugh. It's like clearly well traveled, as you say.
Oh God.
You were
So
speaking.
what field. Sorry.
Oh, it's archaeology.
Archaeology. No, not really something that I've delved too much into, but I hear it's very interesting.
I'm someone who likes to get their hands dirty and their boots.
Evidently.
She kind of looks around and says, all these fuddy-duddies with their pomp and their circumstances, they're not out there in the field doing the real work. No offense,
Yes.
Doctor.
None taken. You do quite often find that the academics don't always want to get in the midst of things. It's all pen and paper, data pads, just writing.
Are you kidding me? I live for the adventure.
Oh, of course. Adventure is part of the fun.
Of course, it can lead to problems, but you know that these things do happen. But
So, archaeology. Any particular reason you decided to attend this event? It doesn't seem like there's people here that you would be. I don't know. Your sort.
she kind of looks at Lo and says, establishing contacts can be very useful when you need a favor or two. Plus, also, apparently, there's awards given out. And of course, you know, being the grand adventurer I am with many discoveries under my belt, I imagine I might be up for one.
That is a fair shout. You know, I did come across an individual who was interested in archaeology. I don't suppose you'd be keen to meet them.
Who would that be?
The Zeltron lady over there on the sofa, accompanied by 2 rather large armed individuals. Apparently, she has an interest in archaeology.
At that point,
Very curious.
she lifts up her drink and takes a swig, and she says, pointing with her finger to you with the glass out, "You had me up until the hired heavies."
Yeah, that does seem like an interesting choice for such a fancy event. I was curious about that. What do you make of it?
She says, "I don't know what I make of it, but I don't like it."
Do you want to know a secret? You can't tell anyone this.
Yeah, what?
She wasn't on the guest list.
At that point, you see Chelly's cheeky smile, kind of like, "Sorry."
She made a big stink when she came in. She was like, "Oh, don't you know who I am? I should be on the list." And she managed to charm her way in. But she wasn't on the guest list.
Not on the guest list.
That's right.
You kind of, she kind of looks at you. Can see like she's putting 2 and 2 together at this point. She says, "Oh, interesting."
It is, isn't it?
I think I have 2 out of character.
Have you, Roslos? Our character?
I mean, out of character, not in character. I think Baroness is there to, like many other people in the galaxy, on the hunt for Afra. This is why she says everywhere that she's interested in archaeology. She wants someone to like naively say, "Oh, there's this doctor of archaeology," because she doesn't know what Afra looks like, but she's on the hunt for her.
I say, well, if you are eager to meet someone interested in archaeology. She's right over there, but I think there's potential that you might not want to meet her as well. I don't know.
Give me a
She
second.
seems pleasant enough. Okay.
Alright.
Well, whoever that was, so absolutely nothing.
Cool. Cool. That's happening. Cool. Good. Good. Good.
I mean, you can hide those rolls as well.
Why would I want to hide those rolls? You know, I was taught as a GM, you want to make your players nervous, just roll dice. You know,
Just roll dice and smile
True.
easily.
That's true.
I think you were muted there, Divott, when you said that.
Just smile and roll, boys. Just smile and roll.
Hello. Yeah, no, I was saying how, yeah, you roll all the dice behind your GM screen, though, normally, and then when everyone runs away, you just go, oh, Yahtzee!
Yeah. Okay, so, that's going to lead to this. He's spent his setback. Oh, there we go. Minus setback. Okay. Yes, carry on.
So do I like? So I'm assuming it's the Trandoshan that was trying to perceive.
Yes.
Do I notice that he is looking around rather conspicuously?
Give me a perception check then for yourself.
Okay. Perception.
I'm going to give you a setback die because he's right behind you. So,
Okay.
you'd have to actually be actively looking around to actually see that. But it's only 2 purple dice for you.
Okay. All right.
You do.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
You notice that he's looking in the direction of the table which you're at, but then he seems to kind of like tilt his head, almost like he's hearing something. Then he makes a beeline over to the countess's table.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
I just gotta turn to Dr. Afra and go, do you know if Trandoshans have better hearing than other species? Out of curiosity.
She shrugs and says, "No more than anyone else, my guess." But
Can I try and see if I can remember something like that? Would it be like xenology?
it would be xenology if you want to find out if they have any kind of specific hearing.
I'll try. I don't have any ranks in this at all. So.
Trandoshans are fairly common in the galaxy, but they're not exactly. So I'd say 2, again, average. So
sure, we'll just roll that.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Take a threat. So to answer your question, no. They do not have an extra kind of. They don't have a super hearing. They probably have a bit more of a tuned hearing than humans, but he wouldn't be able to hear what you guys were talking about over the din.
Okay.
So it was something he heard nearby that he then was interested in.
So what happens with my threat?
I'm gonna say that you've got a bad feeling about this and suffer 1 strain.
Okay.
You get an XP for saying that?
Not being the GM, no.
I'm just like I look back curiously, and I'm like, Well, it was lovely meeting you. I said, what was your name again?
Dr. Shelley Afra.
Dr. Afra. Absolutely delightful to make your acquaintance here. Although you say we've met before. I do apologize. I meet a lot of people. I'll definitely remember next time.
To future meetings as she lifts another glass of whiskey.
May the awards be in your favor.
Yeah.
And then I will gesture to Roslos, and I will leave.
Are you wanting to? Because as you get up, you notice that the Trandoshan is getting very close to the countess. They seem to be engaged in a conversation.
I'm not gonna get too much closer. I don't want to. That seems a bit too suspicious. But I'm just gonna kind of. I'm gonna stay in the general area and just kind of.
You gonna try and listen in?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just
Raslas
gonna...
is casually and conspicuously just keeping Helene company,
Mhm.
but making sure that like he's always between her and the hired guns.
Okay.
Yes,
Can you both give me a perception check, please?
of course.
Yes.
Difficulty?
2.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ross-
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, it's fine. So, Helene, you hear the conversation. Rossos, you don't hear it, but I'm going to say I do have an idea of the 2 advantages, unless you want you got something yourself you want to use it for.
I mean, I want to notice that Helene hears the conversation.
Oh, that would. I mean, that's up to them to tell you if they do. But I mean, that's up to them, really.
No, it's just I want to notice that she sees so that I can ask like, "What's up?" You can hear something.
Okay, that's fair. Helene, you hear the fact they're talking. It's like, as you hear the different conversations, you hear the kind of the tail point of a conversation. It's like, I saw it on the data pad. It's like, are you certain? It's absolutely. Apparently, the Sathari here is one of them. It's like, a Jedi would be a big payday, bigger than Aphra.
Okay.
Aren't you glad you got pushed?
Yeah.
Very.
As you notice also, Helene, that when she whispers Jedi, a little bit of her cheek, the pink skin, just seems to fade to a fickle gray before suddenly reverting back to pink.
That's unusual.
You've never known Zeltrons to have anything but pink skin.
I have a thought out of character.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Do you want to? Oh no, I probably shouldn't say it. But
I'm just gonna turn to Rosals and think something strange is going on. I'm glad we got Sky out of here, but okay. I just kind of go. I just gesture at Rosals again. Come, and I head over to 8088.
Yeah.
That's what the droid sees you.
I'm standing in such a way so that the other party can't see the lip movement of Helene.
Yeah.
8080 doesn't have lips, so they won't see him.
Yeah, you approach the droid. His photoreceptors kind of just adjust to focus on you and says,
Do you have anything to report?
I have a very odd question, but I think you might be able to help.
How can I assist?
Are Zeltrons ever not pink?
Negative.
Right. Well, what would you think if I told you that the Countess briefly turned slightly grey?
the droid kind of freezes for a second and kind of inclines its head almost in a weird human-like way, as it basically seems to be processing.
But the creature that whatever the Countess is not a Zeltron.
I was thinking, can I try and rack my brains to think about anything that this could be?
3 purple dice technology check.
Okay.
damn it! Part of me wishes I was here.
3 purple xenology. I'm gonna upgrade it slightly by using a light side point.
Okay.
So 1 yellow, 1 green, 3 purple. Let's do this. That's not good.
No, in your experience, you can't think of anything it could be at this point.
I'm just something about that doesn't seem right.
At this point,
I don't know.
88 does speak up and says,
Whether it makes sense or not, it is not related to our objective.
It could be.
Explain.
You're looking for a specific person here, yes? A person with a specific name.
That is correct.
But what if that's not the name they're using here? Or even the face that they're using?
He once again kind of thinks about it as the droid then turns to you and says,
Negative. The individual was not known for that, but you have an intriguing idea. What's your proposal?
I don't know. I don't exactly know how it could happen, but when is a Zeltron not a Zeltron?
More information is required.
More information is required.
Require input. Need input.
little reference for anyone out there.
Well, I guess we'll get back to it.
Oh. Sorry to interrupt. I was just trying to move the little light side, dark side thing around my screen, and I ended up changing the points. So I'm just changing it back.
That's fine.
I was like, oh, I'll click and drag, and that'll just move it, and it actually changed the points.
I thought it was Seaback doing it. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I thought. I didn't actually.
I didn't even question it. I thought, oh, something dark side's happening. I guess that's
No, I apologize. I was literally just trying to move the box around my screen, and when I moved it, it changed the point. I was like, oh god.
It's
Sorry.
just a very, very delicate job requiring precision, because otherwise,
Yeah,
but
copy.
it can be easily reverted. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I fixed it. I won't touch anything now.
It's okay.
Okay, so what is Haleen and Russell's doing now? Sky, I'm going to say that right now you arrive back at the ship and you just kind of find it there. What are you going to do at this point?
I am going to go into the ship and I'm going to re-equip my. I'm basically going to change back into my clothes.
Fantastic.
And
Are you?
I'm going to rearm as well,
Rearm
and
yourself.
I'm gonna hang out there for now.
Are you going to like get on the comms? Are you going to get the ship ready? What's your objective right now? You're just going to like wait, lay low.
I'm gonna get the ship ready, but I'm gonna lay low for now, just in case we need to have a quick getaway.
Okay. All right. As you're kind of doing this, you hear a rat tat tap on the boarding ramp. Basically, the boarding ramps Star Wars usually have a hydraulic kind of lifts that lift up and down. And generally, when anyone is like as a doorbell, everyone kind of like raps on that to get attention to anyone on board.
And I go down and lower the ramp so I can see who's.
Oh, the ramp. Oh, did you raise the ramp? Because the ramp should always be down unless you are shutting the
if
ship
it's
up.
always down, then I.
You can close it, but you have to basically state if you're closing it or not. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'll just go see who that is.
As you kind of and you see that it is the guy who you paid yesterday for the landing pad.
Oh hey.
He says, "Oi, you owe me for an extra day's worth of credits on this pad."
Sure. How much do I owe you?
Oh, I say, well, there's the berthing fee, and of course there's the refueling fee, and there's restocking fee as well, and of course let's not forget the fuel cell link up on there. 50 credits.
50 credits, and it was 7 a day to stay, if I remember correctly. Was that included in the price?
It was 7 a day, but he's like, yeah, but there's also the refueling cost as well. 7's for the day, but he's got the refueling cost and also getting the supplies up, so that's what brings it to the 50.
Yeah, that's fine. Understandable. And I toss him a 50. Oh, an extra 5 for keeping the ship safe. Thank you.
Oh, that's very kind of you, man. Very kind. There's been a few people asking here. I mean, apparently, just bear in mind, you might get an inspection down here later. Apparently they're doing some inspections on ships all around this location. Don't know why. It's all Imperial business, though. I just run the landing pads.
That's fine. Thank you very much for your thank you very much for your information and your service. You've been been a great help to us.
That's fine, she said, in an intonation that suggested that it wasn't fine.
It's not fine, but he doesn't need to know that.
Okay. As he kind of takes his leave and goes back to the little kind of little office that he has, he kind of squeezes himself back in there, and kind of and picks up a data pad in that kind of like attempting to look busy when all you manage is only one or two landing pads. You know,
Yeah, and I'm just like, Griff. Okay, that's made things infinitely worse.
I will remind people you do have comm links. You can report to each other and like call in and such. So if you feel like this is important to like bring it to the attention of the team, you could. But that's entirely up to you.
Yeah, I'm going to try and call Trix on the comlink. Presuming that Helene is probably busy. I mean, Trix could be busy too, but
And at that point, you hear and Trix gets a beep 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 beep, and you hear a what's going on?
I'm back at the ship, and I've paid I paid our fees, but the docky manager has just informed me that there's going to be inspections of the ship soon, and ours does not have, and ours ship doesn't exactly have, up to date registration.
She says, "Oh, if there's a day for things to go wrong, it comes all at once, doesn't it?
Yes.
We'll try and get back there as soon as you can."
Yeah. How's it going your side?
Well, let's just say that that inspection might be delayed thanks to a little diversion I've got planned with Das. As for the mission, it's not going well. We still haven't found the person involved. Did you hear anything while you were here?
I talked to two people. I have completely forgotten their names. I have not written them down on my notes. So I'm fucked here. One was a cybernetics. Criff, I can't remember their names. One was somebody involved with cybernetics, and another person was speaking about a Dr. Afra on the other side of the room. I think she was involved. She was a blue Twi'lek involved with archaeology. I think.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Trix.
That was Dr. Taliana Rendara, for the record. I'm going to be kind and give that to you.
Okay. There's Dr. Taliana Rendara, the Twi'lek, and I just cannot remember the cybernetic scientist's name. I'm terribly sorry, Trix. My mind's all aflutter right now.
That's fair. Okay, so she says, "Well, it's something. It's a name for me to give 8088. Hold on." As Trix basically goes and talks to 88, and as he unfortunately confirms that is not the individual, so that knocks them off the list. Well, wasn't them. Also, it's not the cybernetics expert either. So even if we knew the name, it wouldn't be that person. Apparently, this person wasn't involved in cybernetics at all. So that gives us something else to work on.
Yes, I didn't manage to speak to anybody else.
That's fine. We're trying to get back to you. So, look, if the inspection turns up, you're gonna have to lie.
I'll store them. I'll store them as best I can, Trix.
Okay.
Be safe.
You too. And she clicks off the comm link. Oh, Carabast. Okay, back to Roslos and Helene as Trix comes over with the comlink on and seems to says, "Sorry to interrupt." As she mentions a name, and apparently an 88 basically confirms it's not that person's name. And they take a few minutes to talk and says, "Well," and she looks over and says, "There's a further complication. Apparently, they're doing inspections of ships, and we don't actually have the right paperwork for our ships. We need to sort out that with the Bureau of Ships and Services, but it's not exactly going to be easy to blag them. I can try and convince them if we're back there, along with yourself, but we're kind of busy right now."
I think I'm happy to stay here if you want to go and deal with that. There's still more for me to figure out here.
She looks at a chrono and says, "Also, that distraction's come up in 5 minutes. I suggest you get that name and get that to our and get it 88 as soon as possible because we're gonna want to leave here in 5 minutes."
Right. Okay. I turn to 88 and say, "Is there any information you can give me so I can try and track down this person? Anything at all?"
He states,
Any
Nothing in the
random details?
Nothing in the parameters.
However, as a GM, I will allow you because, of course, there's always sparked from the fact that 88's memory banks had been rubbed.
Mhm.
I will allow you to spend a destiny point to allow any of the players to have performed a mechanics check or a computers check on 88 to try and access any kind of right data storage, see if they can glean anything.
Okay.
Could I
Yeah.
Could I provide assistance with my mechanics knowledge over the comlink? I
No,
could
what-
probably
what-
only provide boost die.
What I'm saying is that this is a flipping this point to say this happened earlier. So
okay.
when before
do
the
that.
panic,
Oh.
almost like
Yeah,
we're having a flashback to that moment where you were doing that effectively.
Okay.
Yeah, I have
But
mechanics.
that could be Sky.
Do you have a toolkit, Sky?
Yeah, I have it. I didn't have it with me. No, I did. I brought it with me when I.
Also, the ship's not too far away. You could have easily gotten it.
Yeah.
I will allow you the use of the toolkit. It's going to be a hard difficulty, so a hard check to do this, and I am going to flip a destiny point, so it's going to be 2 reds and a purple. Sorry, 2 purple and a red.
Okay, yeah.
Good luck. I will give you a boost dice though.
Okay, here we go.
Yes,
Wow.
Yes, nice.
Okay.
very nice, very nice. Success with a
Two
threat.
threats, but still nice.
Can I take those 2 threat as strain because I will probably be bricking myself working on IG8.
You can, so long as that would never would have put you over your threshold.
It would not have put me over my threshold at all.
Cool. All right, then that's fine. And as you can see, I've got the guest back. Daisy, come on.
Little friend.
No food. There's no Zaltron in those boxes.
Bless her. Okay, sorry about that. So,
Should I put the strain onto my sheet now?
now, immediately, effectively, because basically this is a retcon. You can do this, by the way. Occasionally, you can say, "Oh, well, we did this," and as long as you're able to pay for things and things, we can do retcon things. However, it does cost destiny point, and that means you can't upgrade any checks during that retcon moment. As 8088 kind of sparks back from it, says,
Human. The individual was human male.
Human male. Right. Well, I will track down some human males.
Before Aileen leaves, Roslo says, I seen you talk to one human male. There any more here?
"There are a few."
Because Roslos did see that you've been talking to Galen Erso.
You
There's
did.
Galen Erso, and there's also the guy who works for Cyanar
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, we've not talked to the signer guy, but we've not suggested Galen Erso to.
Have we? Hold on. This individual here. Have I talked? I haven't talked to this one yet. Have I?
Which one's that? No, you're
Mm,
not spoken to him now.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm heading in that direction. So I'm gonna kind of I kind of do a fake, oh, I'm so sorry for bumping into you kind of thing as I walk past.
Oh, it's perfectly. It's perfectly
Oh
fine.
my goodness.
As he seems to be this very kind of very posh, you definitely core world. This individual says, "My apologies, Doctor Zokorpopal."
Dr. Lorraine Led, charmed to meet you.
It says, Dr. Led, I don't remember seeing you on the guest list.
I was a last-minute addition.
Ah, well, as the head of the University of Coruscant, I say it is wonderful to have another esteemed academic here at this fine gala.
Oh, absolutely. What a wonderful event this is.
Thank you. I tried my best to organize it. I'm the one who's been putting on this lovely event.
Well, if you don't mind me saying, you've done a tremendous job.
Well, as you say, the university spares no expense, especially in these days, the Empire being so prosperous and all.
Oh, long may that prosperousness continue.
Indeed, indeed. And what brings you to this gathering, Doctor?
Well, I'm looking to network a bit, find some people to talk shop with, and maybe learn some new things myself. I've met some very interesting people so far. They're just gesturing around the room.
Give me a second. It's something I'm gonna quickly do.
Okay. I see we're being flanked by a droid.
As
Came from
behind,
Yeah.
as you feel like I'm gonna say that that threat is gonna go on to 8088 itself, as you hear the kind of tink 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 of the droid literally walking up right behind you, Haleen.
And I just kind of go, yes, my assistant droid is here.
At that point, Zog says, I recognize one of these, a modeled 88 to Shah admin droid.
Absolutely.
At that point,
If I model this one.
you know, I said several years ago, I was a lowly admin, and the head of the University of Coruscant. I played a little prank on him that day. I switched the head of his model 88
Oh no!
with that of what was it? It was some kind of I think it was a JMM espionage droid. The companies had the exact same model head, and it looked so small on the Model 88. It was amusing. Unfortunately, it ruined up. At this point, if you look around, you can just see the photoreceptors of 8088s burning into Popal's face at this point.
Yeah, I just like looking at them and putting two and two together. Well, I just turned to this guy and go, it sounds like you were a very impish student in your day.
Well, we're all young.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, while the doctor tells his story about his young teen and young adult antics, Rostos takes one step back to be level with 8088 and say, this human name, Zoko Kapal, does that ring bell?
Affirmative.
Yeah, then if I understand, Haleen has a resplendent dress with long sleeves, so I pull the sleeve. So Haleen knows that we know.
Okay. I just tell her, I go, yes. Would it be possible to get a moment of privacy between us, Doctor? I would like to get to know you a bit better.
Certainly. Yes. Give me a charm check, please.
Yeah.
As it's a very unusual request, because
Yeah.
he says, well, we can go to the dining area. Of course, you want someone more private.
I would like to know.
Well, of course, people are going to go into the dining area. You want somewhere where no one else is going to go.
I'd like to know a little bit more about how to put on an event like this. Just somewhere quiet. It's a little bit loud.
So do this. So you're basically requesting to see his office, effectively, which is where
Yes.
he works. So
Okay.
yeah.
So charm
'Cause
check.
No one's going to go in his
difficulty
office. Yeah, it's going to be charm check. It's going to be opposed by his by his discipline, which is only 3. Well, I say only. It's 3 purple, but I will give you a deuce die because you're appealing to his ego. The fact that he's like,
Okay.
I want to know how to be like you. So
Right. Yeah. Okay. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
you got it. There's a moment of hesitation where you think that he's not going to take it, as he says, "Well, I don't think it'd be such a shame if I show you the planning I went through for this. Please come to my office." As he kind of starts
Absolutely.
as he starts to lead you away.
What is the threat a strain?
Just a strain, yes.
Yeah. All right.
As he leads you down into this now, it's an office / bedroom now. So clearly this is his apartment where he lives. You imagine it's probably also where he is. You notice the desk is there, but it's also a very humble desk for someone of his stature. So you imagine this is not his main property, perhaps like a holiday home almost, because you're probably getting away from the core is where you'd be. As the door does close behind you, as the droid kind of looks at Rosses and says, "Oh, well, I can't really switching. There we go. Cool. Just making sure everything's in. My apologies, everyone. I seem to have switched the wrong scene. Oof.
Oh. Mission should be accomplished soon enough.
Meanwhile, Das, you're currently running away from the building site as you get a comm link from Trix saying, "What's going? Update, Das? Update."
Yeah. The freeze frame gets unfrozen and you still run.
Yeah, heading towards the hole that I originally got through into the compound through.
As you kind of quickly crawl through.
I'll reply with it. You can expect that distraction any moment now.
She says, "That's fine. Just get back to the ship as soon as you can. We might have some company."
I'm on it.
All right, Das. Give me.
Entirely down to how. Here's the thing.
Go on.
You now have control as to when the damn thing goes off, because I just threw it in there.
You did, yeah, because we then cut to like the interior scene as the flame has started to fire, which is now starting to creep along towards the boxes marked danger explosives. Yeah.
that
Ding, 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 ding.
Meanwhile, down at
there's a particular music track that I've in his head, like dun, 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 dun.
Meanwhile, give me an athletics check, Das, to basically leg it as fast as you can.
Fucking beat it, dude.
1 purple dice.
I'm a legging it, and I don't have anything in athletics.
It's fine.
What's my difficulty here?
1 purple dice. That's it. That's all it is. Yep, you're fine. As you're literally dashing through the streets, as you're making your way towards the ship, you are far enough away from an explosion that nothing's going to affect you, thankfully.
Dashing through the yard. Get the hell out of my way. Gonna blow. Oh, what a day!
We then cut to Ros. We then cut back to Sky as you can see that there is an Imperial inspections officer along with 2 naval officers inspecting the pad just ahead of you and the ship that's on there. As these be going up there, as you see them come from up ahead, so it seems to be they're going like in order. So you know that your ship is next for inspection, and you're just thinking, "Oh, come on, where are you guys?" You know.
Yeah.
As we then cut back in a rapid cut pace to walking into the room with Dr. Popol, as he kind of turns on his screen and says, "Well, the meeting, of course, setting out all the invitations were very easy with you. Of course, you're academically inclined. What are you doing, Helene?" As he starts to kind of pontificate about his planning and how ingenious it was.
It's just stressed right now because it's like I have this person in the place that he needs to be, and I have to make a choice as to how I'm going to play this.
Mhm.
So I'm just stressed, but just listening to him, and well, kind of listening but not listening because I'm like, yep, but also like, oh god.
There's this
Internally.
There's this moment as we then cut back as well to Rosalos and 8088 as 88 says,
The mission should be accomplished very soon, Duncan. And then you can go
So,
back to the swamp where you belong.
Rossos is with utmost difficulty trying to ignore what he just heard, but he asks like, so what you want to do with him? You want to like out with him yourself, or what you want us to do?
Look,
he looks at you and says,
the situation is being handled.
rather cryptically. At which point Trick says, what, Rosalos, what situation is going on?
We found the person this Granka here wanted found, and Haley is taking care of it.
At this point, Trix looks down at her chrono and says, "You might be out of time." And just as soon as she says that, in the background, through the kind of transparent steel, you hear a massive explosion. As suddenly everyone like turns and gasps as they look out at that. As in the middle of the meeting room, Pearl looks over through the window and says, "By the force, what's happening?"
This
Aileen,
can't be happening.
What do you do? As he stands up from his desk.
I guess I grab this arm and goes, wait, if there's something wrong out there, you want to be in the safety of this room.
Well, he stood up, but he's not like starting to leave. He literally is just looking out the window.
I
should speak to. I should alert the admiral.
They will probably have it well in hand. If something's going wrong, you're probably safer in here. Let's just take a moment before we step out.
At this point, yes, the admiral and the Copenhagen agent, along with the stormtroopers, with Urso, are now who's being pretty much almost dragged out. Is now basically leaving, and they leave the area at a quick pace.
Is there like a sort of like panel next to the door that kind of controls what, like if it's locked? Or...
Yeah, you can literally just hit it and it will lock it.
I'm gonna run over and lock it.
As he says, what are you doing, Doctor?
I need you to listen to me very, very carefully. I don't think I'm gonna have much time to talk about this.
What are you being earnest, or are you trying to distract him or delay him?
I'm being earnest right now.
Give me a charm check, please.
Okay. Okay. Difficulty?
3 purple. He's rather rattled.
3 purple. I'm gonna. 3 purple. I'm gonna use a light side.
I'm gonna use a dark side.
Okay. So upgrading one of those purple to a red.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Oh, no.
All right. That's really good.
Oh.
Although I'm stressed.
Yeah.
I'm watching that red. I'm remembering that red dice.
Yeah.
I was focused on the red.
Oh.
That's a lot of threats, though.
He pauses and says, "What is wrong? Take I'm going to give you a setback dice to your next check as things are starting to come unravel. So you're starting to be a bit more panicked. So and of course you're less likely to listen to someone who's panicked at that point. So
yeah.
That's good. That narrative that's going to reflect that you're going to get a setback dice,
Right.
or 2 if you act next. So
I'm just gonna say to him, I'm not Dr. Lorraine Led. My name is Helene Uvasto. I am the daughter of Lorraine Led, but she isn't me. Listen, you are in danger right now, and I pull out my. Do I have my blaster with me? Actually, is it holdout? I can't remember if I have it.
You definitely.
I know I have my stiletto.
Yeah.
I don't think I have my blaster though. Do I?
I can't remember if you were one of the ones who kept them.
from
is my blaster a holdout?
Yes,
Yours
yours
is a
is.
holdout, isn't it?
I believe your blaster is a holdout blaster, and I think last time you did say you were concealing it and were able to successfully do that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna from just somewhere in my robes
From
I
your
just, like,
sleeve, you know, like,
pull
it's
Yeah.
a very small blaster.
Yeah, I just kind of pull the blaster on and just say, "Someone wants you dead."
He hears that, looks at the blaster, and kind of lifts his hands up and says, "Just okay.
It doesn't have to go this way, but you have to listen to me. There's a droid in that room. The droid it looks like an admin droid. It's not an admin droid. At least not anymore. It's for whatever reason that droid hired us to find you, and specifically told me to kill you in exchange for information.
He says,
Now that information is important to me, but I'm not a killer.
he goes pale and says, look, look. I didn't mean for the head of the university to lose his job from it. Sure, I might have benefited, but yeah, it was just.
It's fine, but
Give me a discipline check, please, Helene.
Okay.
It's going to be 2 purple dice with a boost die because he's panicking.
Discipline.
And a
2
setback
purple
because you're
with
panicking.
with a setback.
boost.
Yeah.
And a setback.
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I'm going to check your abilities. You might have something which remove setback dice from certain checks.
I'm only from certain checks.
Okay.
All right, I'm just gonna go with this. That doesn't look good.
Oof.
But
Minor advantages.
Okay.
But advantages, okay.
You're not sure what he's babbling about, but the advantage gives you the idea that there's something more to the story of what he did with AT-88 as well.
Yeah, just slow down, please, just for a moment. Give me a clearer picture of what's going on.
I am currently the head of the University of Coruscant. My successor was fired from his job because his administration droid couldn't access the online database and also presented a potential possibility of killing the party that was attending, and he was arrested, lost his job, and it was my doing that led to this.
I understand.
And now that droid with that assassin droid's head is out there and is wanting me dead.
Yeah, a droid is also an information broker and has information on someone important to me. So you understand the value that you hold over me, right? I hold right now. If I leave this room and you're dead, then that means I get what I want. But it doesn't mean you get what you want. But if the world thinks, if that droid thinks that you're dead, that I did it, then maybe we can both get what we want.
He looks, is like, what do you propose?
Well, you're gonna keep having people sent after you until AT-AT thinks you're dead. Even if for a short while he thinks that's true, that gives you some time to find somewhere safe to relocate yourself. You've got a target on your back in this place right now. Just work with me here. We could both get out of this happy and healthy.
Right. He says, and but
I know you've got an esteemed position here. But you have to understand that the noise you create is what brought us here in the first place. I wasn't even on the guest list. I got in, and I have a gun pointed at you. Think about somebody and a more trained assassin, what they could do.
And he kind of like, you've got to destroy that droid. He'll just keep coming for me. He's an information broker. He'll find out where I am.
You can always buy yourself more time, but I can give you a head start. Forge a new identity, become someone else. If he thinks you're dead, then he'll stop, at least for a time.
Okay. He's very, very flustered. Like, doesn't even know like how he's going to deal with this. I mean, I have some places I can lie low.
People, it has to be believed that you're dead.
I wouldn't know how to disappear.
You're a smart man. I'm sure you'll be able to figure it out. But I can help you. I've relocated myself before. There are people I can get you in contact with. But he has to believe that you didn't leave this room alive.
He starts to shake his head, and he's like, no. I need to alert the admiral. They'll protect me. The Empire will protect me. I can. And he kind of starts to move.
I grab his eyes out. You fool! Don't go out there.
Ooh, give me a brawl check, please, Helene.
No, I'm not good at that. I'm not good at that. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty is going to be, since it's a grapple situation, it's going to be opposed by his own brawl, which is 2. But I'm going to increase the difficulty on this, so that's going to be a red and a purple, and I'm going to spend a dark to make that 2 reds in there.
I wanted to suggest that Helene should have a boost based on her ancestry, because she's the Gruta, who are like basically in their hearts they are hunters, so she has some like at least some brawn in her, even if she's never.
Oh no,
there
is the innate brawn, but I also think that she's not also trained as a hunter, so I would say no. But I still think that that's still only 2 dice that Helene's up against. And I think Helene might have enough to do something. So
it's fine. I'm accepting this one might not go well. Although,
success.
But
yeah, so it fails. So he is going to So what that basically means is that he's able to get out of your grasp and get past you. The threat is another point of strain against you. As
I shoot him in the leg.
Oh! Order.
Wow.
Okay, so you're so close. I'm not even going to make you make a check for that. As you shoot him right in the leg, as he kind of goes down immediately to a knee. Although I will say, Roslos, you and Trix do hear a blaster shot ring out from somewhere else in the location, and suddenly everyone just starts screaming and starts making their way towards the door as fast as they can.
I'm just going to turn and go,
yeah.
I'm not bluffing now. I could pull this trigger again, and that would be it.
Rustless instead runs towards where the fire was shot.
Play dead now.
Ooh, give me a coercion check, please.
I'm gonna flip a light side for this one.
I'm gonna give you a boost dice as well, because you're holding a blaster pistol and you shot him in the leg, so he's aware that you're not afraid to use that blaster.
Okay. Difficulty of 2 purple.
What's his discipline? Because it would be against his own discipline, his own sense of pride. It's 3 red. It's 3 purple. But I've given you that boost dice because, of course, you've got the pistol.
And I've upgraded. It's like, no.
Oh no! As there's this moment of where he's starting to think about it. He looks towards the door, which he notices is locked. Looks towards you. Looks towards the blaster, and he fancies his chances as he basically leaps to attack you with a brawl check. And this time
no.
he's going to make a brawl check against you as he
Okay.
looks
I've
to
only
grab
got 2
you.
green.
That's fine. So it's versus his there as well. And again, it's a red and a purple, and I'm actually going to spend. I think it's worth this. I'm going to spend that. I think it's worth 2 Greds in there because of the danger of this.
Oh no.
Okay, so
It's going bananas.
as right now he's trying to. So the success means he's got your gun arm. He's wrestling the gun arm. The 3 threat is going to be 3 threat to him, which that is strain. So that's
Kick him
2
in
strain.
the nuts.
You have an opportunity to reply in this respect, Helene. It's a fight at this point. I mean, we're one more check off rolling initiative.
Oh, I'm just thinking. Do I feel like my life could be in danger here?
He could take the gun from you and he could kill you. And at this point, he knows your name. He knows what you did.
Mm.
He can implicate you if he gets away.
Can I would have to change. Can I change weapons? Can I like use a free hand to? Am I able to do that?
I would say yes, but you would have to be making an attack at the same time as well.
Yeah.
So you have to commit. If you're going to draw your stiletto, you have to commit to the stab.
Yeah, I'm committing to the stab.
Okay.
So I have to roll a melee.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll give you a boost dice because he's currently occupied with your blaster, and that so he's not expecting the stiletto.
Okay. And it's difficulty of still 3.
I'd say no because this opposes brawn, so it's 2. Again, 2 red.
2 red. Okay.
2 red.
Can
One of those is from a
I'm gonna
flip.
use-
That's what I can...
Oh, sorry. Okay. Can I just? I'm gonna
flip it back. Yeah,
So it's 2 purple. Sorry, one red, 1 purple. Is it?
that's correct. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Got it. Right. So
Okay. So you take out. I mean, what? I mean, this is basically a kill blow.
Yeah.
So as you take it, what happens then, Helene?
In a sort of moment of panic, I kind of let him get distracted with the blaster and pull out my stiletto and just stab him in the throat.
As there's suddenly like.
I just drop my knife immediately and just step backwards and just kind of say, I'm sorry.
As Roslos, you get to the door and find the door locked.
Yeah, try to. Is it like in any way reinforced door? Or is it just regular door but electronically locked?
It's an electronic door, but electronic lock. You can force the door. You can hack the lock. You can be creative.
Yeah, I'm trying to. No, Roslos is not good at hacking except with a hacksaw. So I'm trying to force the door and say, you metal man, you help me because you be useful for something.
Okay, he'll give you.
That's my payback for the swamp where I came from.
At that point, okay, so now what this means is that you do the check, but you'll get a boost dice because you're getting his assistance. Trix also helps you. She'll also grant you a boost dice. As if you're making a force check, it's going to be an athletics check to force the door open.
Yeah. Hold on, I closed my character for no reason.
It's 1 purple dice.
So athletics checks with 1 purple dice. All right.
You did it. You didn't get you didn't add your boost dice in, but you did it anyway. Roll the 2 boost dice separately. See what you get.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I was ready to say as well, if Scar failed that last check, but like, join us next time where we have 2 new characters.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've got 2 successes and 2 advantages. So the advantage is that you're going to force the door open. What do you want the 2 advantages to be? As narratively, you've kind of and suddenly, Helene, you hear a as the doors are forced open, and you see Roslos 8088 and Trix standing there as they see just in front of you, pooling in blood is Zokra as he's like.
Helene is just kind of staring ahead in shock. Not even acknowledging, anyone that's entered the room.
Roslos, what do you do?
I'm approaching Helene, taking the stiletto out of her hand. Like
It's not even him. I dropped it.
She dropped it.
Oh,
Yeah.
you dropped it. Oh, okay.
It's on the carpet.
So, okay, I'm approaching the dead body, like assessing it, kneeling down at this, like looking at 8088 saying, "Is what you wanted is done. Is that what you wanted?"
The droid just simply nods.
The mission has been accomplished.
Now use that time to pay up.
We'll pay once we get back to safety. I am a man, I'm a droid of my word. But
At this point, 8088 also goes over and without any remorse just starts kind of pounding his leg on the face of Popal.
I'm shoving 8088 away from the dead bodies. Like he's had enough. This not humiliate him more because he dead.
At this point, Trixie says, Roslos, we need to go. Helene, can you hear me?
Huh? What?
Helene,
What? Excuse.
we need to go.
I stand up, look at the knife on the floor. Do I take it?
She's like, you don't want to leave evidence here. Pick it up. Oh, for Crift's sake. At that point, she kind of leans down. She kind of realizes what that is. So she picks it up and just he goes over, wipes the blade on his, and then just expertly just puts it away and just says, as she's also careful to use her own robes to pick it up as she's wiping it down. She's like, okay, right. Now we need to move now.
Yeah, so while Trix is picking up the stiletto, Roslos is picking up Helene because she's in no condition to walk.
Well,
right
Helene,
now.
do you accept the help or do you push him away or reject it?
No, I accept the help. I'm not really with it right now. I'm just kind of like,
you're round the corner from the room and you see the Baroness there with her 2 heavies as they stop in front of the alcove and they just say, where is she?
Uh-huh.
Who?
And
do you mean the archaeologist?
the Countess, who you notice has dropped her accent and is speaking with more of a common kind of basic accent, says, no, I'm talking about your friend, the Sathari. Where is she?
Well, she's not here.
We shall have no Sathari, we shall have no archaeologists. Leave us alone.
At that point, the skin of the Zeltron seems to kind of turn to a mottled grey as the Zeltron reforms into that of a Claudite, and she says, "Don't play coy with me. I know she's in your group. Now, Afra's a payday, but a Jedi. Well, we could retire off that. Where is she?" As she kind of herself pulls out a holdout blaster.
Oh God. Helene's just kind of just out of it.
That's fine. As Trix says, she's not here. She looks towards Roslos, looks towards Helene. Pad 997. At that point, I'm gonna do this. Boom.
Whoa.
At that point, at that point, the Baroness, I'll say in inverted commas, says, "Thanks for your cooperation." And at that point, they kind of Jax just immediately.
Do that.
That's fine. I'll flip it back. I just immediately kind of leaves, followed by the Trandoshan as the Baroness leaves. And Drix says, "Now let's hurry before they realise that I gave them the wrong pad."
All right, yeah, that's. I don't want to be here ever again.
At that point, you guys kind of make your leave towards the ship. As Sky, you can see in front of you the Imperial inspection team depart from the ship in front of them and seem to be talking with the captain. And they start making their way over, only for the captain to be like, "Hold on," make a hand motion and to take them back. And they start kind of talking again, just as Das comes running up the boarding ramp.
Das, I am so glad to see you. I actually throw my arms around him, give him like, oh, I'm so glad to see you.
It's nice to see you too.
Was that you? The explosion?
A little bit, yeah.
That's fine. Was anybody hurt?
I don't think so. It was mostly empty.
Let's hope it. Yeah, let's hope it stayed. Yeah. Whew. Where are the others?
I left them at the 2.
Well, I hope they better come. I hope they come here soon. We are about to get rumbled.
Yeah.
Yeah, go get inside and get your stuff. Get out of that. Get out of that
Yeah.
get-up.
About time. Almost just ripped the jacket off.
Well, you're not getting the deposit back on those.
A factitious Warlock.
Did I pay for this?
Technically not, no.
We
Out of expenses. But yeah, as a few minutes later, it seems to be the captain is still talking with the Imperial officers, and out from the distance, you can just see Helene, who's being assisted to the ship by Roslos and Trix. Trix is trying her best not to kind of look at attention, but in stride with confidence as she strides up the boarding ramp with Roslos and Uber in tow. Roslos and Helene in tow, I should say.
Are you guys all right? What happened?
I don't say anything. I just walk ahead.
Job's done.
She said
go.
She said need the rest.
Need to go.
Okay, yeah.
Now.
Let's go.
At that point, it says, ahem. You're a tap on the boarding ramp.
Yes.
I look over and says, and you see an Imperial officer along with the two armors. It says, "It's ship inspection."
We have a medical emergency right now. We need to go. Like now.
Well, there's a clinic just down there. I mean, well, you could get service while inspecting your ship.
No, we need specialists. We need specialist medical med center attention that we're not going to get here. We need it for our Togruta friend. As you saw, she wasn't looking too hot.
At that point,
So we need
Trix walks down to there and says, "Excuse me, officer, but I am needed urgently on another diplomatic mission, and it's imperative that we leave immediately. I understand this is not procedure, but," as she kind of reaches in and she pulls out her credit purses, "but I imagine this could help speed along the inspection process," as she holds out a credit chip worth about 1,000 credits, and just slips that on there and says, "In lieu of a Bureau Ships and Service inspection, of course, we'll get everything needed at the next spaceport we land at. I assure you." The officer looks at the credit and says, "Well, it's procedure, ma'am. It's procedure." It says, "It is procedure. It's a very expensive procedure." As she puts another 500 credits on there. And And at that point she says, "Well, we were close to our break anyway." And at that point, he kind of like clicks his fingers, and they kind of like march off. And she says, and at that point she said, "Okay, Sky, clearance is normal. We don't want to attract any attention as we go. Get a clearance to lodge from the local authority, and we can make our way go. And
Yes.
I don't know,
Do-
fly casual.
do that before they decide to come back and get more from us."
Yes. Yeah.
That's the point where I barge back into the cargo hold with my firearm. Y'all don't need me?
Trix has sorted it, Trix has sorted it. We're gonna leave now though. I'll just speak to Spaceport Control. Give us clearance to get out of here.
Yeah, yeah, good idea. Let's go.
At that point, Trix puts her hand on Das's blaster and puts it down and says, "We don't need any more deaths around here to attract attention. Das, would you please help?
Yeah.
Would you please help Helene into the sleeping berth, please?"
Of course, yeah. Grab. Let's go.
Yeah.
Gently.
Helene doesn't say anything. She's just quiet.
Meantime,
Let's get you
silently staring
comfy.
ahead.
Sky, as you kind of get into the kind of thing, you hear you kind of pull up spaceport controls as you hear on the comms as 8088 kind of stomps into the birthing ramp. And at this point you hear spaceport control come over the comms. This is spaceport control. Please state your intentions.
This is the Fortune looking to requesting clearance to leave to enter sublight travel.
Request denied, Fortune. In case you haven't noticed, there's been an explosion here recently.
I understand that for Spaceport Control, but we're on a diplomatic mission from diplomat Trix. We need to leave immediately.
Ooh. Pulling rank. Give me a leadership check.
Negative. We have a dangerous toxin leak.
Normal difficulty or
One. I'm saying leadership because although it's a lie, Sky's basically pulling the like, no, we've got to go, and I'm taking off whether you say so or no. So effectively, yeah, I'm taking it as like you're trying to enforce your will, effectively.
Yeah, difficulty 1.
Yeah, just one
Yeah.
difficulty, not too egregious.
We're carrying somebody of higher rank. Get out of the way.
Oh, that's
Oh, no.
It's a fail. Okay. Negative, Fortune. You do not have clearance to take off. Repeat, you do not have clearance to take off. At that point,
Shoot.
Trix sticks his head and saying, "So we going?"
Trix, can you pull any rank? I tried and they wouldn't have it.
No. I've already tried to enough. This is gonna be difficult. She walks back into and says, "Helene,
Yes.
I know it's not ideal, but we need your expert wordsmith here. We need you to convince Spacewalk Control to get us to leave."
I'll be right there.
Trix doesn't
Right.
leave. She basically remains in there as you leave, basically to go up to the cockpit.
While Trix is trying to convince Helene to get a last push out of herself, Roslos is taking Sky to the side and saying, "Mine no good at helping someone with trauma, but Helene is on a muy bad side, so you might wanna talk to her later."
I know. I knew something was wrong when she came. We just need this little bit. We just need a little bit more. She can rest.
I'm gonna jump on the comms.
You back? I cannot see anything.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. I'm gonna pop you just
Doing things.
here.
I guess it's loading for people.
Does that give you the ability to see
Right.
everything?
Nope, it's all black.
It's to do with the light.
maybe
note,
ma-
You'll
isn't
have
it?
to turn
maybe
off the fog of war for now.
maybe there's some sort of permission problem, or maybe
Yeah.
you've chosen that you have a potato PC and not
No,
everything is
it's
a-
fine.
No,
It's
I
fine.
chose I have a
It's-
super duper PC.
Ah.
It's fine. It's fine. Let's try that.
Ah, I see everything. Perfect.
Ta-da!
Oh.
Thank you.
I'm jumping on the comms.
Cool.
If Helene is near me, I just gently sort of reach out, just touch her arm, just a little bit to let her know that I appreciate that she's here. And
Mm-hmm. I open the comms and I'm going to say to them, okay, we're going to just level with you here. There's no diplomatic mission. However, we've been on the tail of a terrorist who is working against imperial interests for some time. The ship has not long left. We're looking to make chase as soon as possible. Every moment you take away from our pursuit is a moment that these terrorists will not be brought to justice.
Deception check. Your bread and butter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you a boost because it's a very convincing story. Plus, there's been an attack here, so yeah, naturally.
Also, have we taken 8088 with us? 'Cause
Yes, yeah.
he might
I didn't. I forgot that she needs to be on there, but I just say he is there. He's also there with his droid friend, who he collected. That's why he was a little bit delayed in getting there.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm going to roll. Although you know what, I'm gonna flip a light side. I keep doing it, but
Hey, they are there to be spent.
Yeah.
they're there to be used.
Use them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Well used.
Yes.
At that point, Swift Control says there's a slight delay. Affirmative, Fortune. You have permission to launch.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thankfully for that, you're able to then power up and make. Well, you can power up anyway, but effectively that means that you're not going to get anyone following you or telling you to return to your berth when I'm taking off.
Let's not dawdle. Let's go.
I'm going, and I put the controls in to lift off, and I just say to Helene, thank you.
Of course. And I just quietly make my way out of the room.
Yeah, Rostos takes the second pilot's seat to help with departure.
You come, Helene. Where do you go?
I'm gonna go I'm just gonna briefly go see 8088 for a moment. I'm just kind of give him a nod, and just go into the side room and lie down.
Well, as you enter, you find that Trix has made some tea for you.
Oh,
Thank you, Trix.
And she just, without even saying anything, she just puts it down by on the side of your bunk, and just kind of leaves.
I didn't.
Do you say that? Do you say that as she's leaving?
Yeah, I said I didn't.
She pauses.
I didn't intend.
Look at me, Helene. You must know the reputation that Bothans have, correct?
Yes.
I've done many things in my life that's questionable as well. Appreciate that you did what you did because you thought it was necessary, and you were protecting yourself. No shame in that. I'm not going to pass judgment on you for that.
If I find Laryl again, if I find him, I don't want him to find a killer. I don't want to lose myself in the process.
It's a harsh galaxy out there. This is how you find him, and if you didn't do this, maybe you wouldn't have found him. All he's going to care about is that he's got his wife with him.
Maybe you're right. Thank you, Trix.
At that point, she takes her leave. Okay, as basically the ship is now entering the upper atmosphere, as you're not given any kind of attention. No one waylays you at all as you find yourself up, and I guess you're jumping into hyperspace, Sky.
Yes, I'm setting course to Nashida.
Give me an astrogation check, then, please.
It's a spaceship.
Is it normal difficulty or like 2 or?
It's you've got update charts. I'd say it's an easy check. 1 purple dice. Not you're under no stress as well. You've got plenty of time to calculate. It's 1 purple dice.
Yay!
Okay. So it takes you a few minutes because you've got to go through the calculations on the Navi computer, but you're able to plot a course as you basically feel that, you press the button finally full, you pull the lever as you enter into the you transition into hyperspace. And I'm going to use this opportunity to do this. So and
Wasn't ready for that.
oh, that's the wrong ship as well. Oh well.
Ship
There
with
we
an
go.
upgrade. Oh,
There we go. As you're now in hyperspace. Okay, so here's an opportunity for the players to engage in whatever roleplay they so wish to engage in. What we're going to do is we're going to deal with kind of the fallout, and then we're actually going to end the session a little bit earlier than normal, and we'll continue this next time, which will be a nice opportunity to introduce a new character into the group.
Cool.
So yeah, feel free to talk, engage, talk to each other. Yeah.
I'm gonna, having had a little bit of time to process things, I'm gonna stand up and I'm gonna go to 8088 to get my reward for a hard day's work.
So, and Rustlos is approaching Trix, and he says, "So, we did a mission, but Helene is no good, and you need to make sure that the clan pays. And also, Misa, I think we need to get ourselves a new transponder for the ship."
Already on it, Roslos.
I like the fact that you call it from there. It's like, I'm not too. As Trick says, I'm not too concerned about the clanker paying up. He'll pay, and he'll pay. But Helene will have to work. Well, Helene's going through a tough time. It's her first kill. First kill. Well, not first kill, but her first. Well, up close personal execution is the word.
The first like person.
Yeah.
Just kill.
I mean, I imagine you've been involved in firefights and things, but yeah, like this is like the first person you've like murdered in cold blood.
Yeah, it's actual premeditated murder.
Yeah,
at
yeah,
that point.
yeah. And so and Crix is like, she's tough. She'll get through it, but she'll need our assistance. As for the transponder, well, that can be up to Caden to deal with. He's got contacts.
Yeah, I'm busy sort of like scrolling through the data pad of like I've put into space Google like how to update
so you entered staroverflow.com.
Do you know what? I will allow you to do this, Sky. Give me a weird. I'm going to give you a very unique check here. I'm going to make you do I'm going to make you do a piloting check, but using intellect as your base rather than your agility.
So it would be piloting space and then use the base.
Yeah, so you'll need to manually assemble a pool for that purpose.
Yeah. So my intellect is 2, and my space piloting is 3. So it would just be 1 proficiency, 2 a bit. Oh no, because it would be 1 less. So
you take the highest one is the greens, and the lowest is the one that becomes upgrades in.
So yes, it would be 2 greens, and I've got 1 rank in space piloting, so that would be 1. So that'd be 1 upgrade, so it'd be 1 yellow, 1 green. Yeah.
Yep, that's correct, and it's a 1 purple dice check.
Okay, let's see how this goes.
Okay. So
Nice.
you're kind of like, there's no legal way to change the ship transponder. There's no like way to do it. What you're gonna have to do is you're either gonna have to get someone to forge the Bureau of Ships and Servers datapad, or you're gonna have to somehow get someone to get that into the Bureau of Ships and Servers database. Basically, this is gonna be like a long process. It's not gonna be simple. As if it's gonna be done, it's gonna be expensive, or it's gonna be a lot of hard work. But it's the only way you're gonna be able to do it.
Yeah, I guess I'm having to speak to Caden when we get back. We need to get this started sooner rather than later, or we're going to have more inspections like that.
Okay. Speaking of, Das, what are you doing?
I was gonna. Daz is going to the cockpit area to have a little word with the rest of the group, while our robotic benefactor is in a conversation. I'm basically being like, guys, what exactly happened after I left the party?
Trix looks at Roslos and Sky. It's like, because Sky doesn't know what happened.
Well, I don't know what happened after you pushed me off the balcony.
Yeah, I looked at Trix looks to Roslos as like, what do you think?
So Roslos looks at Das and says, you saw had this when you first killed, how you see the eyes of the dead for many nights later when they wake up.
Just the dawning, just like, oh.
Yeah, Sky just closes her eyes, kind of thing. Because she flashes back. She's flashing back to certain past events of her life.
Just like slow nodding and just like, this is going to take some time.
Yeah. We still need to give her time.
Yeah.
We still need to make Vance give her time.
So, anybody want a drink?
Do you like pull out? So like, what do you pull out then, Das?
Just
You
like hip flask, just like.
Yeah. Trix grabs it and just just kind of. Oh yes, that definitely takes the edge off. As she hands it back to you.
Yeah, Roslos takes, says thank you. Then takes a little sip. Then there's a spits it on the wall. Says, it's disgusting, but thank you. passes the flask.
How does Sky react to suddenly a wall being coated in alcohol?
All the feathers fluff off for a moment. Just like, well, okay. She looks at the bottle with trepidation this time. It's like, you know what? I think I'm going to just pass. Thank you.
Not the worst reaction I've had to my own brew, so that's fine.
Oh, it's the Star Wars equivalent of Simon's homebrew. That's his homebrew.
Meanwhile, let's switch to
some grains, some wheat, some boot polish,
some left of rocket fuel.
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with you later, Lemming. I think. We switch the scene, a screen wipe over to Helene approaching 8088 in the back.
Well, you got what you wanted.
Yes.
Better be worth it.
He got what he deserved, filthy organic. Now, you, what is it that you want to find out?
Laryl Uvasto. What do you know? Where is he alive? Do you know where he is? Do you know anything about him?
I've heard whispers of that name, but nothing concrete. However, I have contacts with my information network that I can use to locate this information. I can find out where he is, what he's been doing.
That would be very appreciated.
Unfortunately, that is going to require time. Not a lot of time, but time.
Well, you better make good.
88 stands up as he kind of motions and says,
I am a droid. I am programmed to do what I must. If I say I will do this, I will do this.
Okay.
you get a kind of sense of like he's not honorable, but he's the idea that he's not one to like create a deal that would then he'd then renege on.
It's like an honor among thieves kind of thing.
Yeah, he's not like you wouldn't trust this droid as far as you throw him, but you did something for him, he will do the job for you.
Yeah.
Mechanically, Helene, this is going to reflect your obligation.
Oh, of course.
So what's your obligation currently at for that? You've got a actually it's not an obligation. Yeah. It's got a favor and contract obligation, so it's not actually going to affect that at all.
Oh.
But it still plays a motivation anyway, so you'll get some extra XP from that. So
okay, cool.
I want to now get into the headspace of the characters. So, what is everyone thinking right now? So, Helene.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of clear where I'm going with this, but Helene is feeling a little traumatized. Both in and out of character, I did not want to kill that person.
No, I get that.
I really didn't want to, and then now that
you tried so hard.
I love the drama of it. I absolutely love it.
You were so close because
I want to make that.
If you would have won that first brawl check, you would have pushed him back and still had him at gunpoint, and you could have then continued talking. It's just because of that dice roll. Yeah, it all went sideways.
Hey, I know it makes for an interesting story. So I am really, really. I'm really happy with the way it went, but it's also like, wow, this is very dramatic.
Yeah.
And if I may, I was going to say, role-playing games like this are defined by the failures, not the successes.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love the way that went. Like, but but Helene is.
And you know, if a despair was rolled during that struggle, the shot would have gone off and killed him as well. So.
Yeah.
Thank God he didn't roll that.
There's a lot of terrible things here. Terrible things that could have happened.
Unfortunately, you were in a situation where you did shoot. You know, you could have not stabbed him and see where it went, but you made the choice that you made that choice.
It seemed like the most logical thing to do in that moment. So Helene's going to be dealing with the trauma of that, all the feelings that entails. And I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes.
Roslos, your thoughts?
So Roslos is first of all, he's full of sympathy right now for Helene, because when he was young and he was brawling around in the streets, he almost killed a few scrub, and then, like he said, this was coming from his own experience, the whole thing about seeing the eyes of the dead for many nights later when you first do that, because that's a big trauma. So he feels for Helene, and also because of that, he feels a lot of contempt and loathing. Maybe not hatred, or maybe already hatred for 8088, because he sees 8088 as this horrible little petty mouse droid that flies halfway through the galaxy because he wants to get revenge on a bully that pulled a prank on him years ago. That's so petty, and Rostos feels nothing but contempt for it.
And also perhaps explains where his hatred of humans comes, or organics comes from.
Yeah. Which is still petty and still contemptible.
Sky.
Sky really wants to go and comfort Holly, like, because she was there for Sky when when shit went down with fake Boba Fett, and so that she really wants to go and comfort her right now. But hearing the others say to give Helene time, she's kind of conflicted now, and so she's trying to busy herself by going, okay, we've got a transponder problem, I need to sort this out, kind of thing. So she's trying to figure out if there's a legal way, and now there isn't a legal way, so she's going, oh shit, I'm gonna have to talk to Caden. And at the same time, she's also going, for God's sake, that is the second time that my status as a Jedi has come up, and it's ruined things again, kind of thing. So it's all very loud in Sky's head right now, and
You're
she's
starting
trying
to think that you're a liability and such.
Yeah, so she's trying to busy herself with work, but it's all just crashing around in her head at the moment, and you know.
Alright. Alright, and then Das. No thoughts on empty?
That's literally it. Just like we did a thing. I wasn't there when it ended. I blew something up. I hope to God I didn't hurt anybody, but I needed a distraction.
Das is just trying to figure out how much explosive was there in that warehouse to make this big an explosion.
On that thought, let's check the news. Shit.
Yeah. And
Explosion.
so there was an accident, apparently. It's being handled as an accident after investigations that the company being investigated over lax storage methods of planting a blowtorch of planting arc welders close to explosives, as it's being basically dismissed as an accident. Someone basically left their left the devices there and failed to notice that they'd not properly shut off their arc welder, and boom.
Were there any casualties?
No, there were no casualties.
No, but the guy that Das overheard was fined and fired.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's what the corporate types get for keeping. It's simple methodology. You don't put the fuel and the item together in the same place.
Yeah.
And I think this is a perfect place to end. A bit of a shorter session this week, thanks to technical difficulties and such, but I think it's a nice place to end it with the ship kind of like coasting in hyperspace towards Nar Shaddaa.
Home.
Nice.
What a time.
What a time. What a session. The drama.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had an RPG that's put me in such a difficult moral position.
Yeah.
And I'm here for it. I'm absolutely here.
No, I loved how you tried to get away out of it. I think what would have sold it better, like if you would have actually given him like advice like how to do it. Because he's panicking, he's not thinking straight, and you're gonna think, okay, here's how you do it.
I would have been able to, but I needed to like kind of get him onto my side first, but he wasn't getting there, and it was difficult.
Yeah, you came so close, because I was fascinated like how you were gonna like fake his death and such, but unfortunately he then panicked. There was the struggle, and then then stabby.
What happened.
Yeah.
So, I want to thank you, the audience, for joining us for this lovely session. I want to thank the players for joining us for this session. I want to thank Divott for being here as an observer.
This was great. I love seeing it.
And we'll see you all next time. Not sure when it's going to be. We will be Sunday in the future at some point, so we'll organize it, and then I'll send a message out, and we'll go from there. And we've Saved by the Bell. Good night, everyone.
Bye.
I need to go change my pants now.
What the?
Bear is being summoned.
Bye-bye.
Oh boy.